was humanity's greatest achievement in the 20th century? Maybe ever. Space. Go to the moon. And that's why they say moonshot as a metaphor.
For decades, people have wondered why NASA stopped going to the moon after the Apollo missions. Elon Musk has now revealed the truth, answering a question that has puzzled generations. While some blame politics and funding, the real reasons are far more surprising and complex. What really kept NASA from returning to the moon for so long? Join us as we uncover the shocking truth behind this mystery and explore what it means for the future of human space exploration. The first steps back to the moon. For starters, Elon Musk's fascination with space is no secret. Through SpaceX, he's pushed boundaries and challenged established space agencies like NASA to innovate. His explanation for NASA's delayed return to the moon mentions both technical and organizational issues. NASA's initial goal with Apollo was straightforward. Beat the Soviet Union in the space race. Once that was achieved, political and financial priorities shifted. The US government cut funding, and the cost of space exploration seemed unjustifiable without a clear objective. But Musk suggests the issue wasn't just about money. He has often pointed out that poor systems and outdated technology held things back. The Apollo missions relied on technology that, while groundbreaking at the time, quickly became outdated. The Saturn V rocket, which made the moon landings possible, was retired without a replacement. NASA's resources were then put into other projects, like the Space Shuttle, which focused on low Earth orbit missions over deep space exploration. Musk also talks about how innovations slowed down because people became too comfortable and stopped pushing boundaries. After Apollo, the urgency to explore the moon again faded. According to him, the drive for space exploration must be constant, or there won't be progress. Musk's statements agree with other reports that say NASA's reliance on government funding makes it vulnerable to changing political priorities. Presidents came and went, and each administration set new goals, often abandoning previous projects. This lack of a consistent plan and funding has slowed down NASA's efforts to return to the moon. Then there's also the question of safety. Many people don't realize just how risky the Apollo missions were. NASA engineers made trade-offs to meet tight deadlines. And while the missions succeeded, the risks were much. Musk has often noted how advancements in technology are necessary for ensuring crew safety in modern missions. For NASA, the lack of reliable technology in the 1970s and 80s made another moon landing impossible. The rise of private space companies like SpaceX changed the game. Musk has openly challenged the traditional model of space exploration, calling for faster innovation and reduced costs. SpaceX's reusable rockets are a direct response to the inefficiencies that plagued NASA after Apollo. By cutting launch costs dramatically, SpaceX has made moon missions more attainable than ever. And now with NASA's Artemis program, we're finally seeing plans to return to the moon. But what's surprising is how Musk views NASA's Artemis program. While supportive, he's expressed concerns about its timeline and budget. Artemis relies on Space Launch System, SLS, NASA's new rocket, which has faced significant delays and cost overruns. Musk has hinted that the traditional approach used by NASA might not be the fastest way back to the moon. He believes partnerships with companies like SpaceX could boost progress.
Like maybe a 10% chance of success that SpaceX would work at all.
Another factor Musk points out is the importance of international cooperation. The space race of the 1960s was largely driven by competition, but Musk believes the future of space exploration should be collaborative.
A spacefaring civilization and a multi-planet species, which I hope you would agree that is the right way to go.
NASA's partnerships with the European Space Agency and other international organizations affirms this. Musk sees this as a necessary step, especially for more ambitious projects like establishing a moon base or eventually sending humans to Mars. Still, some critics argue that Musk's vision is overly optimistic. They point to the challenges of funding, politics, and technology. Musk, however, remains firm in his belief that the challenges are worth overcoming. He believes humanity's future depends on colonizing other planets, and the moon is a stepping stone to Mars. As we dig deeper into why NASA stepped away from the moon for so long, it's clear that the reasons are far more complex than we can imagine. Budget cuts, changing priorities, and technical constraints. However, Musk's perspective also shows a deeper problem: the need for steady innovation and clear objectives. Through SpaceX, Musk has not only sparked renewed public interest in space exploration, but also encouraged NASA to rethink its approach. But what about the rumors Musk has addressed? Keep watching to uncover more about his bold claims and the impact they've had on the space industry. A new vision for lunar exploration. As NASA moves closer to returning to the moon, with the first Artemis mission successfully launched in 2022, Elon Musk's involvement has shifted public attention toward what's possible in space exploration. But what exactly makes this moment different from the Apollo era? It's not just the technology or the presence of private companies like SpaceX. It's also about a shift in objectives. NASA isn't merely planning to plant flags or collect rocks. This time, the focus is on creating a long-term presence on the moon. One of the major differences between the Apollo missions and the Artemis program is the push for long-term exploration. Artemis isn't a race to beat another country. Instead, it's about working together to prepare for even bigger missions. The big idea? Building a base on the moon that could eventually help us reach Mars and other planets. Musk has often talked about this as part of his dream to make humans a species that lives on more than one planet. Musk often talks about how important it is to have the right setup for humans to live in space for long periods. This means building places to stay and systems to keep people alive and healthy. SpaceX's Starship is a big part of this plan. It's built for long trips in space and can carry heavy loads and many people, which makes it great for missions to the moon. But why does the moon matter so much? Musk and other experts say it's the perfect place to practice for living on Mars. The moon has tough conditions, freezing temperatures and no air, but that's what makes it a good testing ground. Teams can work on creating shelters that don't need outside help, getting water and oxygen from the moon itself, and dealing with other survival challenges. By learning how to live on the moon, we get ready for even bigger goals like Mars. One of the most exciting parts of the Artemis program is its plan to use resources already on the moon. For the first time, NASA aims to rely on the moon's natural materials to support missions. Scientists have discovered water ice at the moon's poles, which could be turned into fuel and oxygen. This is a game changer. Musk has often said that using resources on site is key to making space exploration sustainable. It's much cheaper and easier if missions don't have to carry everything from Earth. Another standout feature of Artemis is how it brings countries together. Unlike the Apollo program, which was mostly an American mission, Artemis is a global effort. Countries like Canada, Japan, and those in the European Space Agency are all pitching in. Musk has backed this idea, saying that exploring space should be something the world does together. Working with international partners means spreading out the costs and combining expertise. Each country brings its own skills and innovations to the table, making the mission stronger. Artemis is not just about going back to the moon. It's about showing what humanity can do when it works as a team. While SpaceX is leading the way, other private companies are also playing big roles in Artemis. This represents a major shift from NASA's old approach of doing everything internally. Companies like Blue Origin and Dynetics Air competing to build lunar landers, while others focus on creating systems for power, communication, and life support. Musk has frequently said that private sector competition drives innovation and lowers costs. And this is proving true with Artemis. Still, the journey to Artemis hasn't been smooth. NASA has faced criticism for delays and ballooning costs, especially with the Space Launch System, SLS. This massive rocket, meant to carry astronauts to the moon, has been in development for over 10 years and has cost billions. Musk has pointed out that SpaceX's Starship, which is both cheaper and more versatile, offers a better alternative. Although NASA is sticking with the SLS for now, it's becoming clear that Starship will be essential for Artemis to succeed. The collaboration between public and private sectors is reshaping the future of space exploration. The Artemis program is bringing new energy to lunar science. NASA plans to go beyond building a moon base by studying the moon's surface and exploring its resources. Musk believes this research could teach us a lot about other planets, making it a big step for future space exploration. For example, learning how to extract and use resources on the moon could provide a blueprint for future missions to Mars and beyond. Besides, public interest in Artemis has grown, thanks in part to Musk's ability to capture attention. His tweets and public statements often highlight the exciting possibilities of space exploration, inspiring a new generation to dream about the stars. This level of engagement is important for maintaining support for Artemis, which relies on consistent funding from the US government. Musk's role as a public figure has helped keep the conversation about space exploration alive, ensuring that the momentum doesn't fade like it did after Apollo. But despite the excitement, challenges remain. Critics question whether Artemis can deliver on its ambitious goals within its current budget and timeline. Musk, however, remains optimistic. He believes that with the right focus and innovation, humanity can overcome these obstacles. SpaceX's track record of rapid development and successful launches adds weight to his argument. As Artemis progresses, we see that it isn't just about returning to the moon. It's about creating a new chapter in human history. With Musk and SpaceX at the forefront, the possibilities seem limitless. But what lies ahead for Artemis and SpaceX? Keep watching as we explore the next steps and the groundbreaking technologies that could shape the future of space exploration. The challenges and hopes for lunar exploration. The Artemis program has made progress, but the path forward remains challenging. NASA and its partners, including SpaceX, face technical, financial, and political hurdles. Despite these challenges, there's optimism that sustainable lunar exploration is possible. With continued effort, the dream of a permanent lunar presence is within reach. One of the challenges is getting humans safely to the moon with Artemis. This is not as simple as we think. Unlike Apollo, which landed in flatter, less complicated areas, Artemis is targeting the moon's south pole. This area comes with unique challenges. Think rugged terrain, deep craters, and uneven surfaces. To pull this off, precision landing systems are crucial. SpaceX's Starship, chosen for the job, is being equipped with advanced technology to handle these obstacles. But let's be honest, landing something this massive on such tricky terrain is no small feat. It's never been done before, which means plenty of problems need solving. Then there's the challenge of keeping humans alive on the moon. Artemis isn't just about quick visits. It's about staying there for the long haul. That means building habitats that can handle extreme temperatures, intense radiation, and a lack of atmosphere. Sure, researchers have made progress on lunar living ideas, but most of it is still theoretical. SpaceX and other private companies are coming up with bold ideas, but turning them into reality will take years of testing, tweaking, and innovation. Communication is another challenge for lunar exploration, especially at the moon's south pole, where Artemis plans to operate. This region doesn't have consistent direct visibility to Earth, making real-time communication difficult. To tackle this, NASA is developing a lunar communications network with satellites to relay signals. These systems will be key for astronauts to stay connected with mission control and ensure smooth scientific operations and data sharing. Reliable communication isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity for the safety and success of every mission. Adding to the complexity are the moon's harsh environmental conditions. A lunar day lasts around 14 Earth days, followed by an equally long night, where temperatures drop drastically. Building systems that can function in such extremes is no easy task. To address this, NASA and SpaceX are working on energy solutions like solar power systems that store energy for the dark lunar nights. If successful, these advancements could not only transform lunar exploration, but also set the stage for technologies on Mars and beyond. Political support plays a big role in the success of Artemis. Space exploration needs a lot of funding, and that funding depends on government support. While Artemis has had support from both political sides in the United States, a change in leadership could shift its priorities or budget. International partnerships help spread out the costs and risks, but they also need to be carefully managed so all countries stay on the same page. That's where Elon Musk's SpaceX comes in. As a private company, SpaceX can provide a steady presence and is less likely to be affected by political changes. Beyond the technical and logistical challenges, there are also questions about why Artemis is necessary. Some critics argue that with urgent issues on Earth, like climate change and poverty, spending billions on lunar exploration may not be worth it. Supporters, however, argue that space exploration sparks innovation, creates jobs, and inspires future generations. Elon Musk often says that for humanity to survive long-term, we must become a multiplanetary species, something Artemis is helping to make possible. But public perception also matters. Unlike the unifying space exploration excitement of the Apollo era, today's public opinion is more divided. To keep interest high, NASA and its partners need to clearly communicate Artemis goals and progress. Musk's ability to keep the public engaged through social media and public appearances has been key in maintaining excitement around space exploration. Despite all the challenges, Artemis has huge potential rewards. Creating a sustainable presence on the moon could change how we understand the solar system. Scientists are hoping to learn more about how the moon formed, Earth's history, and whether life could exist on other planets. Plus, the technologies developed for Artemis might have benefits here on Earth too, from renewable energy to new materials and robotics. Artemis is also paving the way for the next big step, sending humans to Mars. The lessons learned on the moon will be crucial for future missions to Mars. Musk often says the moon is a training ground for Mars, where we can test out technologies and ideas in a place that's easier to reach. If Artemis is successful, it will show that humans can conquer the challenges of living and working in space, which could open up even bigger opportunities in the future. The journey ahead is tough, but the teamwork between NASA, SpaceX, and their global partners brings hope. Together, they are breaking new ground, united by a common goal: to explore and better understand our place in the universe. As we look forward, one thing is clear: the Artemis program is a bold step into the future, and if successful, it could change humanity's relationship with space. What will the future hold for lunar exploration and the push for a multi-planetary future? Keep watching as the story of Artemis continues to unfold. Why the moon matters now more than ever. The moon matters today for more than just scientific curiosity. It's key to Earth's future and humanity's space goals. A major reason for renewed interest is the moon's resources. Its surface holds valuable materials like titanium and silicon, crucial for advanced technology on Earth. Even more importantly, evidence of water ice in the moon's permanently shadowed craters offers a game-changing opportunity. Water, when split into hydrogen and oxygen, could provide rocket fuel, making the moon a potential refueling station for missions to Mars and beyond, advancing space exploration significantly. The focus on lunar resources marks a shift in the purpose of space exploration. While the Apollo program was driven by geopolitical competition, Artemis is focused on building a sustainable future. Imagine if mining operations on the moon could reduce environmental harm on Earth. By extracting valuable resources from space, we could lessen the need for destructive activities like deforestation and mining on our planet. Though this idea is still far off, it fuels much of the excitement around the moon's potential. The moon also holds strategic value in space exploration. It's close enough to Earth for relatively quick missions, making it the perfect location to test technologies for future exploration, like those that will take us to Mars or beyond. Artemis missions are setting the stage for advancements in life support systems, power generation, and construction methods that can also be applied to other planets. Solving challenges on the moon is a crucial step toward humanity becoming a spacefaring species. The moon offers some incredible opportunities for scientific discovery. Its thin atmosphere makes it a perfect spot for telescopes. Without the distortion caused by Earth's atmosphere, telescopes on the moon could provide clearer and more detailed views of the universe than ever before. Some scientists even suggest using the far side of the moon, which is shielded from Earth's radio signals, to build observatories that could search for signals from distant galaxies. These projects could help answer big questions about the origins of the universe and the potential for life beyond Earth. The moon also has major educational and inspirational benefits. During the Apollo missions, millions of people around the world watched as astronauts took their first steps on the moon. Artemis has the chance to reignite that sense of wonder, especially for younger generations. With the help of social media and live streaming, today's space missions can inspire more people than ever. Schools and universities are already using Artemis as a platform to teach STEM subjects, shaping the next generation of explorers and innovators. The moon is also becoming an economic hotspot. The Artemis program is not just about science, it's a major driver of innovation and job creation. Thousands of engineers, scientists, and technicians are working around the clock to make Artemis a reality, boosting local economies worldwide. Private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are playing a huge role, adding competition that helps lower costs and sparks new technological breakthroughs. This public-private partnership model has already worked well with projects like the Commercial Crew program, and Artemis is taking it to the next level. The moon's role in international collaboration is another key factor. Unlike the space race of the Cold War, Artemis is all about cooperation. NASA has invited countries around the world to contribute, whether through scientific instruments or astronaut training. This global collaboration spreads the costs and strengthens diplomatic ties. Working together on Artemis proves that space exploration can unite nations, even in the face of global challenges. The Artemis Accords, agreements on the peaceful use of space, highlight this spirit of teamwork. Of course, the path forward isn't without ethical questions. As countries and companies look to extract resources from the moon, Debates about ownership and governance are growing. Who decides how lunar resources will be used? How can we ensure exploration doesn't turn into exploitation? The Outer Space Treaty, signed in 1967, says space is the province of all mankind, but its vague language leaves room for different interpretations. To move forward, we'll need new policies that balance progress and fairness. The moon is also important because it shows what humanity can do when we aim high. Sure, there are challenges, but overcoming them reflects a deeply human desire to explore, innovate, and create a legacy for the future. Artemis isn't just about returning to the moon. It's about proving what's possible when we push the limits of our ambitions. As we get ready for the next chapter in lunar exploration, the stakes are higher than ever. Success could open doors to possibilities we've only dreamed of, but failure could delay progress for decades. However, with NASA, SpaceX, and global partners working together, the vision of a thriving lunar presence is slowly becoming real. In the years to come, we'll see if humanity's return to the moon can pave the way for an even brighter future. What do you think about NASA's renewed focus on the moon? Do you believe it's worth all the effort and resources, or do you think humanity should focus on other priorities? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the following video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.